Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working on the BSA Bantam. It's 1953 D1. It was restored by a previous owner back in 2018. I bought it about 3 months ago and I'd taken it to a local classic and vintage motorcycle meet. One of the guys was following me home and said I had some rear wheel wobble. So I stuck it up on some planks of wood and checked it out, and sure enough it's sort of moving around a bit. I checked the tyres were seated on the rim okay and they look perfectly fine. I had a look at the front wheel as well, and that also wobbles a little bit, not as much but a little bit. So it looks like the spokes need truing. I have got no idea how to do that. I could buy a stand, watch a few YouTube videos on how to do it and spend hours and hours and hours doing it, but the cost of that would be more than paying somebody to do it for me. And fortunately for me, somebody local in my town does it anyway. I met him the other day and he said take the wheels and tyres off the bike and deliver the rims, and he would sort it out for me, which is great. But despite owning small capacity machines from mopeds to mopeds for over 50 years on and off, I've never taken a wheel off a motorbike. So yeah, this could be fun. So watch me attempt to do that and take a tyre off a motorcycle wheel. That might be a bit challenging, and I expect there'll be lots of people watching this video who will be going, no, you don't do it like that, but it's all live and learn, isn't it? So let's get on and have a go. Right, first of all, I'll give you an idea of just how much wobble I've got. I've actually lifted the bike up on some planks of wood, so the front and rear wheels move okay. It's quite stable, so no worry about it falling over, I don't think. But here we go. If I can spin this, put that out of the way. I'm sure you can see that there's quite a bit of movement there. Hopefully the wheels aren't buckled, because that would be a right pain to try and get replacements for that. Not sure you'll be able to see this very well because it's a bit dark, but we'll try anyway. I'm sure you can see there's a little bit of movement there, not as bad. But yeah, here we go. Just a view of the whole bike. You can see I just jacked it up on some planks of wood, good solid pieces of wood. The bike, as I say, pretty stable. So right, let's have a go at trying to get these wheels off. Right, I've just had a cup of tea in my BSA Bantam mug. And we shall start taking these wheels off. Hope the audio is okay. It's a really breezy day. It's been raining all morning. The sun's actually starting to break through a little bit. So hopefully it'll stay dry now. Where I live, you do get quite a bit of road noise with vehicles driving by and even trains going by, even though that's a couple of miles away. You still hear them. Right, but here we go. So, got the brake cable to disconnect. So I think I'll do that first. See me just undo this. Right, I guess as you pull it back, you clear the threaded rod. It's got a cutout on there. When you adjust it, locks into place. Right, put that up top. That's disconnected. Around the other side we've got the speedo cable, I believe. Looks to be about, of course these are old style nuts and bolts, it's probably about a 9/16 I would guess. Let's see if I've got one. I do have this box of old spanners which I've had for many years. We'll see if any one of these fit. Yeah, it does. It's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it seems to be a loose connection anyway. Right, again, that seems quite a simple thing to do. Loosen off these adjusting nuts. Back. In here. I don't have box size spanner for that, but this isn't a perfect fit, but it's enough to loosen the big nut off. A lot more thread left over on this side, so I don't know whether that's normal or it just wasn't put on as well as it should have been. Right, let's see if we can get this chain off. Yeah. As I say, I've never taken a wheel off a bike before, and I'm just thinking when this moves back I haven't probably got the height to take the wheel out. We shall see. Yeah. Indeed, that will be the problem. So how do I get it up high enough to take the wheel off? Right, apologies for not getting it on film. Got to switch the camera on. What I've done is use the car jack to jack the bike up high enough to remove the wheel. So done that. It still seems fairly stable, and that's without the weight on the jack anymore. Just a little 2-ton trolley jack, which I think will probably be capable of lifting a little Bantam. So let's put that nut back on the brake so I don't lose it. So yeah, pretty stable still. Now it's being able to get the front wheel off. I've loosened the nuts, disconnected the front brake. The wheel doesn't seem to want to drop down for some reason. Right. Got the adjustable spanner out. Should have used that on the rear wheel nuts. Would have been a better fit. I think the wheel should just drop down, but it doesn't seem to want to at the moment. Might have to give it a little nudge. Hopefully that's all it needs. Got a rubber mallet there. Let's see if that does the job. Right, I think I might need to take the nuts off completely. I expect those of you who have done this no end of times are probably going, oh, you need to do that, you need to do this. But as I say, it's the first time I've taken the wheels off the Bantam. In fact, first time I've ever taken a wheel off a motorbike. Right. There's a bracket on my left hand side which holds the front mudguard on, and I've got a feeling that I've got to disconnect these nuts. So let's see if I've got a spanner to fit there. I have, oh, but they're very tight. It's just spinning round on the back. That's one. Two. Three. Right, I've disconnected the bolts on the other side. There's a bracket which is connected to the brake mechanism, so I've had to take these three bolts out on the other side. I've got a huge spider running past me here, and we'll see if I can get the wheel off now. Right. Right, trying to lever this off. I did approach a couple of local garages when I first got the bike to see if they could check it all over for me and make sure the carb was all set up okay, because I'm not really a mechanic of any sort. But my two local garages said that they don't work on old British bikes. Crazy. So they only work on modern bikes. I suppose in modern electrics, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they weren't interested in even looking at the bike. So I think it's a case, which I'm sure you guys have found out, is that you learn to do everything yourself, which isn't a bad thing. Not mechanic, but I'm mechanically minded to a certain extent. So I just thought, put it in the garage, get it all checked over, and then I can enjoy riding it throughout the summer. But I have been riding it. As I say, somebody was following me, saw the wheel wobbles, discovered somebody who can true it up for me, so that's why I'm taking the wheels off, because nobody else wants to. Right, that seemed to move a little bit. It's going to be fun getting it back on again, I think. Right, there we go. Bike seems quite stable. Yep, I think that'd be fine. I could put the jack under the back, I think, perhaps. Give it a bit more stability. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Right. Yep, I think that's even better doing that. So, great. And that's probably the easy part. Right, so here we are. Just looking at these wheels. It's got a date on these tyres. Can't see anything. Mitas tyres, never heard of them. Oh, there we go. Does it have an arrow on? Not sure whether it makes too much difference which way a tyre goes on when I go to reassemble. But I think I will put a chalk marker on there. Right, couldn't find any chalk, don't know what I've done with that. So I've got some Tipex. So I'll put a little arrow on there, I think. Always wipe this off after. Put one on the top as well. Right. The bike was restored as far as I can make out from all the paperwork that I've got with it in 2018. So the tyres are fairly new, I think. In fact, I don't know if you can see this, but it's still got all the brand new rubbery bits, and I suspect that the bike was restored and maybe ridden around the block once, and that was it. I don't think they trued up the wheels or even checked to see if they were okay, and perhaps somebody restored it, and that's all they wanted to do, was restore it. And once it was restored, sell it. So that could be what's happened. Right, let's let the air out of this tyre. And see how we get on. Right, I've got a span it first. Yep. Assuming this bike has got a tube, looks like it has. The guy that's doing the truing wanted me to take the wheel off the bike and take the tyres off as well, to save him having to do that. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. There's probably a tool you can put up in there to let the air out, but I haven't got one of them. this old file. Right, did watch a YouTube video on how to remove a tyre. They recommend spraying some maintenance spray around the beaded area. Right, I think I might get this up on the bench. Right. All I have is some quite small, probably bicycle sized tyre levers. It might well not be strong enough, so it could be I might have to go to a tyre place to get the tyre removed. That's held a little bit. Let's see. Can't seem to get in on the tyre to get the next bit. Right, I'm having a little bit more success now. I really thought I was going to have to go down to a tyre and exhaust place and ask them to take the tow. Right, we're getting somewhere now. Actually not sure whether these are both the same size, these tyres, front and back. Didn't really look, so I'm going to put a B on there for back tyre. Right, it's one side done. Right, that's off the rim. I suppose being a brand new tyre, it's not very flexible. Let's see if I can get this tube out. Still seems to have quite a bit of air in. Let's see if I can get more air out. Oh, I'm going to have some fun getting all this back in. Wobbly wheel doesn't seem quite so bad at the moment. I'm going to have to touch up all the paint on the rim. Oh. There we go. It's off. Let's put the nuts and dust cover back on that. And I'll hang it up somewhere. Now, just getting the rest of the tyre off the main rim now. force takes it off. Right, here we go. I'm assuming that the guy who's going to do the truing perhaps doesn't need me to take any other bits off, but I suppose I could take these back brake adjusters off. Just take a picture. Of the angle of that nut. Right, well there you have the first wheel. Off. Surprisingly heavy. And the second wheel I'm going to do tomorrow because I'm running a bit late today. Took longer than I thought. So we'll see you tomorrow for the continuation, and I'm probably going to struggle just as much with the front wheel. Right, see you soon. Hello, welcome back. This is actually a few days later because we've had huge storms, heavy rain, gale force winds, and it's been absolutely dreadful, the weather in Cornwall, and I've not been able to get out to the garage. And so I'm back on the bike, and this is the front wheel. So let's spray the rim with some maintenance oil and see if we can get this tyre off, and hopefully get it off easier than the back. I'm sure, as I said before, there's going to be people who've got more experience in doing all this kind of work, and if you've got any tips or comments or tell me what I'm doing wrong or even what I'm doing right, which is probably unlikely, put them in the comments, and it'll help me with future projects and stuff on the bike. I'm more than happy to accept criticisms and comments and encouragement. As I said before, nobody in my part of the world works on these bikes other than getting the wheels through by somebody else, and so I'm having to learn it all myself, which I don't mind. It makes me more independent when it comes to repairs in the future. So anyway, let's get on with the wheel. I did go online trying to find longer levers, because I think you're supposed to have ones which are up to a foot long, 30 centimetres long, to get motorcycle tyres off, but the only ones I could find online were something like £9 each. And I thought, I'm on a budget, so let's see how we get on with this. Right, where's the valve? It's there. So let's start over here, I think. Shall need another glove on, I think. Something a bit thicker. Right. Oh God. Further away from the valve. Ugh. Oh, yeah. This is going to be more difficult than I think. Right, let's try a thicker glove because that's hurting my hands. Right, 2 gloves. I did ponder on just taking the wheels down to a tyre and exhaust place and ask them to take the tyres off. So they've probably got all the decent gear to do this. I'm taking all the paint off the rim at the moment, but fortunately I do have some touch-up paint, so I'll probably have to deal with that once the wheels have been through. Right, probably shouldn't use a screwdriver, but it's got more leverage. So we might go down that route, I think. There's a risk of damaging the inner tube, I guess. Oh, right, finally got it started. Taking all the paint off the rim, but I guess that was going to happen anyway. Right, I think we're coming on. Don't use a screwdriver unless you have to. Maybe investing in some longer levers would have been a better idea, but hoping this will be the first and last time I have to take a tyre off a wheel anyway. And how many times do you buy a tool and then it sits in your workshop on a shelf forever? Right. Let's take the nut off the valve. Get rid of these gloves. I think I'll pump up this inner tube before I reassemble the tyre. Make sure it didn't get punctured. little bit more air out of the tyre. Out the into run. Right, here we go. Put an F on that, so probably the same size as the back, but I'll put it back like for like. A bit hot there. Right, the line. It's off. Right, you're probably as relieved as I am. Right, finally. Taking quite a bit of paint off the rim, as I expected to do really. No doubt when the guy trues the spokes and the wheel, he'd probably take all the paint off the spoke nuts. But as I say, I've got some touch-up paint which came with the bike. So hopefully I'll be able to touch up the paint afterwards. Right, so I've got to ring up this local guy. I was recommended to contact. I did meet him the other day at a local classic motorcycle meet, and he said take the wheels and tyres off and give him a call. These wheels are surprisingly heavy, I think. Modern wheels are probably all the alloy stuff. It's probably a lot lighter. I'm just hoping that it is just the spokes that need adjusting to true wheel up, and that it's not actually buckled in any way. It looks in pretty good nick though, so hopefully it'll be alright. Right, in the meantime, I can't do it yet because I haven't got the brackets. I'm going to move the camera around. I'll get that. I'm going to mount a box on the back of the Bantam because you can see that in the picture. The toolbox has actually got all the indicator switch and stuff inside. So what I'm going to do is mount a box on here to carry tools and all that kind of stuff. And move the camera so you can see a bit better. Right, hopefully you can see that. What I've bought is an old ammunition, you can see that in that light, ammunition metal box dating back to God knows when. It has lever thing, nice big area so I can carry tools in that, as well as a flask maybe, might even fit in there. And I'm thinking of mounting it on the bike, like so. The only drawback is when I go to get on, I'm going to have to put the leg through the gap, I think. Let's move the camera back a bit, give you an idea of what it looks like. Right, does that get the whole bike in? Not sure. But there we go. Back could open up like that. Or I could have it that way around, so it opened up that way. I suppose it makes much difference. Do a bit of a clean up. I got it off eBay, I think it was £13 including delivery. So I think if you're right, it's a bit high. I think that height would probably suit it better, but if I had it like that, open the door, everything would fall out. So yep. I think it's quite a cool box really. It's a different green, more of an army green, but I could paint it, but I quite like the idea of having all the text on the side. I can see all the text, can't I? So it actually says 1,000 rounds 9mm on the side. Yeah, sorry the light isn't very good because it's still dull, still windy, but at least it's not raining. So that's the plan. I'm going to get some pipe, like metal brackets, like the T-type shape. And the plan is to have the round brackets coming up through holes in the base. And I'm going to cut a piece of wood to go inside the bottom and then bolt through or screw through into that. Might be better with screws because I wouldn't have to worry about the nuts on top now. But who knows, I haven't got that far yet. So I need to go out, find some curvy little brackets. Probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 or even 8. Might be a bit overkill, 8, but even 4 would probably do it. But we'll see anyway. And then that'll be on the back. Don't know, we'll see. Once I've got all the wheels back on, everything's running, I'll take some pictures of it and decide whether or not I like the idea or not. If I don't, then I'll just use it for storage in the garage anyway. Right, anyhow, that'll be the next job after. I did have a lot of paint all over one side. I don't know if you can see this pile of yellow gunk on top here. That's what scraped all off it. I just need to clean it up a bit and keep it all right. Thanks very much for watching the video. Like I say, please comment all your ideas and suggestions and better ways of taking tyres off wheels. I think the best way is to get somebody else to do it. But yeah, it's all money, and I'm an old age pensioner, so I retired last year after working in the NHS for over 20 years, and I don't have an NHS pension, just a state pension, so limited funds for all these kind of projects. But love the bike, it's fantastic. Quite a few little jobs to do in it. I don't think it pulls quite as well as it should. Seems to be like a dead spot. But I've got to learn more about the carburetor. It's a McCuney carburetor, not the original. So I need to do a bit of research on tuning that up. I'm assuming the timing and all that's okay. I don't really know. But hopefully get to know more people locally who know about Bantams and old British bikes. We might find someone who's got way more knowledge than I have, which is, as we've said, quite limited. And it's raining again. And it's not supposed to rain today. Right, okay. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, because if you do, it means YouTube send the video out to more people to view, which would be great. And then I can get more people feeding back and making more suggestions. So I don't make any money out of this. You've got to have 1,000 subscribers to do that, and I've only got, I don't know, 260 or something, so I'm years away from all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I do this for fun, and I like to record the journey of owning the old Bantam, as well as many other videos if you look at my channel. I cover lots of motorcycle rallies and classic car rallies and all that kind of stuff, and just generally visiting Cornwall. Fantastic place to live. So anyway, I'm rambling on, so many thanks, and catch you again sometime.